Every single day is an opportunity, a gift. It is a chance to do better, be better, and become more than we were yesterday. But what does it mean to become better? It means understanding that life is not a destination, but a journey. Every day we are moving forward. It doesn't matter how fast you're moving or how far you've come. What matters is that you're taking the steps. The foundation of growth lies in the power of choice. You have the power to choose your attitude, your actions, and your responses. We often think that circumstances shape our lives, but in truth, it is our choices that determine our future. The world doesn't define you, your decisions do. Today, you have the chance to choose how you'll respond to life, and that choice is a powerful thing. You see, growth is a process, not an event. It's not something that happens all at once. Growth requires patience, discipline, and the courage to keep going when it's tough. But understand this, the process is what transforms you. Every small step, every struggle, every effort adds up to something significant. And with every challenge you face, you are becoming the person you are meant to be. Now, I know that inside of each of you lies untapped potential. Potential far greater than you realize. There's a part of you that has yet to be uncovered. But every new day is an opportunity to discover more of that potential, to step into it, and to bring it into the light. One of the most powerful tools for growth is self-reflection. Take time to reflect. Look at your actions. Understand your mistakes. Celebrate your wins. And ask yourself, what can I do differently today? Growth begins with an honest evaluation of where you are. Don't be afraid to look in the mirror and confront the areas where you need to. And remember this, you are not defined by your past. Yesterday's mistakes do not determine today's opportunities. You are not stuck in the past unless you choose to be. Every new day is a chance to reset, to renew, and to move forward with purpose. Consistency is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's not about doing extraordinary things in a single moment. It's about doing small things consistently and well. One small habit practiced every day can lead to extraordinary results over time. But don't forget the power of your mindset. The way you perceive life shapes the way you experience it. Challenges are inevitable, but how you view them determines whether they will defeat you or develop you. A positive mindset takes every obstacle and sees it as an opportunity for growth. No one can grow alone. Accountability is a vital part of the process. Surround yourself with people who push you, who challenge you, and who hold you to the highest standard. Together we grow, together we rise. And finally, embrace the present moment. We often wait for the perfect time or the perfect conditions to make a change. But the truth is, the perfect time is now. You don't have to wait for the stars to align. Today, right now, is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Don't wait for tomorrow to become the best version of yourself. Start today. Every day is a chance to be better. Every day is an opportunity for growth. So choose today to take that step. Choose today to become better than you were yesterday. Choose today to unlock the potential within you and embrace the journey of becoming all that you were created to be. Life is a journey, not a destination. Too often, we become fixated on the end goal, on what we want to be, how we want our lives to look in the future. We get so caught up in the dream of achieving success, reaching a certain level of accomplishment, or finding our ultimate purpose, that we forget to appreciate the steps along the way. But let me remind you today, life is not about the destination. It is about the journey. When we think of a journey, we think of movement, change, and progress. It's not about arriving at a perfect place and stopping. It's about evolving, learning, and growing with every experience. Imagine for a moment that your life is like a road that is constantly winding, sometimes rough and at other times smooth. Along this road, there will be obstacles, challenges, and even moments of failure. But it is the road itself, the journey, that shapes who we are. Each twist and turn teaches us something new. Each step forward, even if it feels slow, brings us closer to understanding our purpose. If life were just about reaching a final destination, it would mean that once we get there, there will be nothing more to look forward to. But that is not the nature of life. As human beings, we are created for growth, for transformation. Our destination is not fixed. It is not a place we simply arrive at. It's a continuous process. It's the journey itself that allows us to tap into our true potential. Think about the times when you faced difficulties. When you look back, those moments may have been painful, but haven't they shaped you into a stronger, more resilient person? If life were all about the destination, those moments would feel like pointless detours. But because life is a journey, we realize that every experience, no matter how challenging, is an opportunity for growth. In fact, our greatest lessons come not from the moments when everything is going right, but from the times when things don't go as planned. It's the journey through hardship that teaches us patience, perseverance, and humility. It's during the most difficult parts of the road that we discover our strength and resolve. We become who we are through the way we respond to the challenges along the way. As you continue on your own journey, I encourage you not to focus too much on the future. Yes, it's important to have goals and aspirations, but don't let the pursuit of those goals overshadow the importance of the present moment. Every day, every step you take on this journey has meaning. If we live only for the destination, we miss out on the beauty and growth. Each sunrise, each encounter, each small victory is a part of the bigger picture, one that we can only see clearly when we stop looking too far ahead. Remember that your journey is unique. It's not a race to get somewhere first. It's not about comparing your path to others. The only person you are meant to be is the person you are becoming through each and every experience. So, embrace the road you are on, even when it's uncertain or difficult. Know that the steps you take today will shape your tomorrow. Don't be in a hurry to reach a destination, because the beauty of life lies in how we grow and evolve along the way. Every day is a part of your story, and it's your story to tell. So live it fully, embrace every part of the journey, and trust that each step brings you closer to the person you are meant to be. The power of choice is one of the most incredible gifts we have as human beings. In any given moment, we are faced with choices, big and small, that shape the course of our lives. We often underestimate the influence that these choices have, thinking that our circumstances, our environment, or other people are the true drivers of our fate. But in reality, the decisions we make each day are the forces that determine the trajectory of our lives. At its core, choice is the ability to decide how we will respond to the world around us. Every moment provides us with an opportunity to choose. Whether it's how we react to challenges, the attitude we adopt, or the actions we take toward our goals. And while we cannot control everything that happens in our lives, we always have control over how we choose to engage with the world. This is what makes choice so powerful. It is always the events in our lives that define us, but how we choose to deal with them. Life may not always go as planned, and we will undoubtedly face setbacks, obstacles, and disappointments. But even in the face of adversity, we have the choice to rise above it, to learn from it, and to keep moving forward. The power of choice extends beyond the immediate decisions we make. It's also about the cumulative effect of the choices we make over time. We may make hundreds, if not thousands, of decisions each day. What we eat, how we spend our time, how we treat others, and how we manage our emotions. These choices might seem small on their own, but over time they accumulate into the person we become. The way we choose to live today directly impacts who we will be tomorrow. Think of it this way. Your future is not set by destiny. It is created by the decisions you make right now. Every choice is a building block that contributes to the larger structure of your life. If you choose to act with kindness, you're not just changing the moment, you're shaping the kind of person you will become. If you choose to prioritize your health today, you're not just affecting your physical well-being, but the quality of your life in the future. It's important to understand that the power of choice does not come without responsibility. Where every choice comes a consequence. The choices we make are not neutral. They lead to specific outcomes, some of which we may not always anticipate. But it is through this responsibility that we truly exercise our freedom. The freedom to choose is not just about the ability to act without restriction, but about understanding that every action has a ripple effect and being accountable for those consequences. And this accountability is liberating. When you realize that you hold the keys to your own future, that you can shape the course of your life through your choices, it empowers you. You are no longer a passive participant in your own story. You become an active creator. Every choice is an opportunity to move closer to the person you desire to be, to the life you envision for yourself. There will be times when the choices before you seem overwhelming or unclear. There will be times when you feel lost or uncertain about what the right decision is. But even in those moments, you still have the power to choose how you respond. You may not be able to control the situation, but you can control how you approach it. The beauty of choice lies in its flexibility. It allows you to adapt, to learn, and to grow. It's also important to recognize that our choices are not just personal. They impact the lives of others. The way we choose to interact with people, the way we choose to lead, and the way we choose to show up in the world creates a ripple effect. Our choices influence our communities, our families, and our relationships. This means that the power of choice is not only a tool for personal growth, but for collective progress as well. In every moment, you are given the opportunity to choose. The question is, will you choose to let life happen to you, or will you choose to take control and actively shape your path? Will you choose to be a victim of your circumstances, or will you choose to rise above them? Will you choose to react in anger, or will you choose peace and understanding? The power lies within you. It always has. Choosing to live intentionally is the key to transforming your life. When you begin to recognize the power you hold in your decisions, you unlock the potential to create a life that is aligned with your deepest values, your highest purpose, and your most profound aspirations. The power of choice is the gateway to personal freedom, and it's available to you right now. So take ownership of your choices. Embrace the responsibility that comes with it. And remember that the decisions you make today will shape the future you create. With every choice, you are writing your own story, one decision at a time. The power of choice is yours. It always has been. Now it's time to choose wisely, boldly, and intentionally. And embracing the process of growth is one of the most important elements of personal development. In a world that often prioritizes instant results, it's easy to forget that real growth takes time, patience, and perseverance. It's a journey, not a quick fix. Yet many of us are conditioned to expect immediate outcomes, to desire instant change, to look for shortcuts that promise faster results. But the truth is, genuine growth is a gradual process, one that requires us to be present, to be committed, and to embrace the challenges that come with it. When we speak about growth, it's not just about reaching a destination. It's about the transformation that occurs within us as we move from where we are to where we want to be. Growth involves developing new skills, gaining wisdom, and becoming more resilient. It's about pushing ourselves outside our comfort zones and overcoming the fear and doubt that often try to hold us back. The process of growth is ongoing and continuous. requiring us to constantly evolve and adapt to new circumstances, new opportunities, and even new challenges. The process of growth is often slow, and that can be frustrating. We might look at others who seem to be achieving their goals effortlessly, and we wonder why our own progress feels so sluggish. But here's something important to remember. Growth is not always linear. There are moments of progress, and there are moments of setbacks. Sometimes we take 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. But every step, whether forward or backward, is a part of the process. Every moment contributes to the overall picture of who we are becoming. And even the setbacks, the moments of failure, are essential pieces of the puzzle because they teach us lessons we could never learn from success alone. One of the most significant aspects of embracing the process of growth is understanding that growth requires discomfort. When we grow, we stretch beyond our current limits, and that's rarely comfortable. We have to face the things that scare us, that challenge us, and that push us to think and act in new ways. But it's in that discomfort that the seeds of growth are planted. Think about physical growth. Muscles don't grow unless they are stretched and challenged. Likewise, your personal growth requires you to stretch, to go beyond the boundaries of what you know, and to face challenges that will build your strength, resilience, and wisdom. Growth also requires consistency. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well, but the true test comes when we encounter obstacles. When you embrace the process of growth, you commit to showing up every day, even when it's tough, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Success doesn't come from sporadic bursts of effort. It comes from consistent, deliberate action over time. It's about showing up when you don't feel like it, pushing through the resistance, and continuing to take small steps even when the path seems uncertain. Patience is another key element in embracing the process of growth. In a world where everything moves quickly, where we can get anything we want with the tap of a button, it's easy to forget that real transformation takes time. But true growth, the kind that lasts, is not something that can be rushed. It is the result of consistent effort, careful attention, and sustained commitment. The process of growth is a marathon, not a sprint. And if you try to rush it, you may miss the valuable lessons along the way. There's also great power in self-compassion during the growth process. Often we are our own harshest critics. We judge ourselves for not being further along, for not achieving success as quickly as we would like. But growth requires patience not only with the process, but with ourselves. Be kind to yourselves when you stumble. Understand that setbacks don't define you, and mistakes aren't failures. They are stepping stones toward a greater version of yourself. When you approach growth with compassion, you allow yourself to learn without the weight of guilt or self-doubt. You create the space to grow in a healthy, sustainable way. One of the most rewarding aspects of embracing the process of growth is the realization that growth is not just about you. It's about the impact you have on the world around you. As you grow, you become more equipped to help others, to contribute to your community, and to live out your purpose. Your growth doesn't just benefit you. It ripples outward, affecting the lives of others in ways you might not even see. When you embrace growth, you not only improve your own life, but you also become a beacon of possibility for others who are on their own journeys of transformation. To embrace the process of growth, we must be willing to let go of perfection. Too often we resist growth because we fear making mistakes, looking foolish or failing. But it's in those very moments of imperfection that growth occurs. It's through failure, struggle, and discomfort that we gain the insights and wisdom necessary to move forward. Growth does not require you to be perfect. It requires you to be willing to show up and do the work, to learn from the setbacks, and to keep going even when the path gets tough. Finally, the process of growth is a process of self-discovery. As you grow, you come to understand yourself more deeply. You uncover parts of yourself you didn't know existed. You uncover strengths, talents, and potential you might have overlooked. The more you embrace the process of growth, the more you uncover your true purpose, your deepest desires, and the person you were always meant to be. Embrace the process of growth. Even when it feels difficult, uncertain, or slow, understand that it is not the destination that matters. It is the person you become along the way. Growth is not an event. It is a journey that requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone. It is a lifelong commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. And with every challenge you face, every step you take, you are growing into a stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled individual. So trust the process, because the person you are becoming is worth every effort, every lesson, and every moment of growth along the way. Your potential is unseen. It's a powerful, often mysterious force within you, waiting to be unlocked. The truth is, each of us carries a deep well of untapped potential, skills, talents, and capabilities that are often hidden beneath the surface. This potential is not immediately visible, either to others or even to ourselves, and it's something that we don't always recognize because it's waiting for the right conditions to emerge. It's not about what you have already achieved or what you currently know. It's about the greatness that lies dormant, just waiting for you to discover it. The idea that your potential is unseen challenges the conventional notion that our value and capacity for success are solely based on our current circumstances, achievements, or appearances. In reality, our true potential is not defined by where we are today. It is defined by where we can go, what we can become, and how much we can grow. The seed of who you are meant to be is planted deep within. And much like a seed, your potential requires time, nourishment, and care to fully sprout and bloom. We often limit ourselves by what we've already seen, by what we already know, and by what others have told us about who we are. But the truth is that your full potential cannot be measured by your present situation. It cannot be understood in a single moment of time or within a single experience. It is an evolving process, constantly unfolding as you grow, learn, and challenge yourself. So many times we look at the obstacles and setbacks we face and believe they define our limits. But these are only temporary challenges. They do not define the depth of your potential. They are just a part of your journey, not the destination. Your potential is seen not through immediate success or recognition, but through your ability to push past the barriers that hold you back. It's found in your resilience, in your capacity to adapt, and in your determination to continue moving forward, even when the path is unclear. Every difficulty, every failure, every disappointment is a stepping stone on the way to discovering the greatness within you. It's in those very moments of adversity that your potential begins to surface. It's like a diamond hidden deep within the earth and formed under pressure. The most valuable parts of yourself will only reveal themselves when you push beyond your current limitations and begin to see yourself through a different lens. You are not limited by your past or by the circumstances you find yourself in today. Your past may be filled with mistakes, regrets, and missed opportunities, but these do not determine the boundaries of your future. The power of your potential lies in your ability to choose to rise above your past and create a future that aligns with the greatness within you. Just as a tree grows upward from its roots, your potential has been within you all along, waiting for you to recognize it and take the steps necessary to nourish it. The fact that your potential is unseen does not mean it is non-existent. It is very real. It's simply waiting for you to discover it. Often, this discovery happens when we step outside our comfort zone, when we take risks and try new things. Your potential may not reveal itself by simply staying in familiar territory. It reveals itself when you challenge yourself, when you stretch beyond what you think you are capable of, and when you decide to grow, even if it means facing discomfort or fear. A powerful aspect of unseen potential is that it is also tied to the unknown future. We may look at our present circumstances and feel uncertain about what lies ahead. We may be unsure of how we will navigate the challenges or whether we are equipped for what's to come. But your unseen potential is what will carry you through those unknowns. You have within you the ability to figure things out, to learn and grow, and to adapt to whatever life throws your way. What you may not see today, the strength, wisdom, and capacity to succeed will unfold as you continue on your journey. One of the key elements to unlocking your unseen potential is believing in it. Too often, we don't believe in our own ability to become what we are capable of. We doubt ourselves, our worth, and our skills. But your potential is not about how others see you. It's about how you see yourself. When you believe that there is greatness within you, when you understand that you have the power to create and achieve beyond your current circumstances, you begin to tap into that hidden well of potential. The first step is to believe that it exists. Additionally, the journey of discovering your potential is not a solo endeavor. The people you surround yourself with have a profound influence on your growth. They can either help you see your potential or limit your ability to recognize it. Seek out those who encourage you, those who see greatness in you, even when you can't see it yourself. Sometimes others can see your potential more clearly than you can, and their belief in you can help you believe in yourself. Your potential also lies in your ability to learn and evolve. There is no final version of yourself. The journey of discovering and unleashing your potential is lifelong. With each new lesson, each new experience, and each challenge faced, you uncover more of who you truly are. Your potential isn't stagnant. It grows with you. The more you commit to learning, the more you evolve, and the more your potential becomes evident in everything you do. As you continue to walk your path, it's essential to remain patient with yourself. Your potential is a work in progress. There will be times when you feel like you're not moving fast enough or that your growth is imperceptible. But growth, like potential, doesn't always manifest in immediate or dramatic ways. Sometimes it's the small, consistent efforts that accumulate over time to reveal the greatness within you. You're going to hear with me today, there might be days that are small, consistent efforts don't always go a long way, because to growth, you have to go through these major milestones. That's the way a successful person gets started. Trust the process, keep pushing forward, and understand that the unseen potential inside of you is waiting to be revealed one step at a time. It's also important to recognize that your potential is not static. It's fluid and evolving. And with every new choice you make, with every new experience you encounter, your potential grows and shifts in ways you can't always predict. What you thought you were capable of a year ago may seem small compared to what you can achieve today. Your capacity for greatness is limitless. And the only true boundaries are the ones you set for yourself. So I encourage you today to look inward and acknowledge that your potential is not only unseen, it is waiting to be discovered. It is not about what you have already done, but about what you can still do. Don't measure your potential by the limits you see today. Know that you carry within you a vast reservoir of untapped greatness that will unfold as you continue to grow, learn, and step into the unknown. The only thing standing between you and the full expression of your potential is your willingness to believe in it and pursue it relentlessly. Your potential is not a far-off dream. It is here inside of you, waiting to be realized. Self-reflection is one of the most powerful tools we have for growth and transformation. In a world that is constantly moving, filled with distractions and noise, it's easy to get caught up in the rush of daily life and forget to pause, look inward, and reflect on who we are, where we've been, and where we're going. Yet it is through self-reflection that we gain clarity, deepen our understanding of ourselves, and create the space needed for meaningful change. It is the practice of taking a step back from the world around us and examining our thoughts, feelings, actions, and motivations. It's a tool that allows us to assess our journey, learn from our experiences, and make more informed decisions about our future. The first step in self-reflection is the willingness to be honest with ourselves. This means taking an honest inventory of our actions, our desires, and our behaviors without judgment or denial. Often we go through life without truly examining the reasons behind our actions or the beliefs that shape our decisions. We may find ourselves stuck in patterns of behavior that no longer serve us, simply because we have not taken the time to reflect on them. This self-reflection forces us to confront both the positive and negative aspects of ourselves. It requires courage to acknowledge our flaws, mistakes, and weaknesses. But it is through this process of honest self-assessment that we can begin to understand why we act the way we do and begin to make changes. Self-reflection also allows us to uncover our values and priorities. In the hustle of daily life, we can sometimes lose sight of what truly matters to us. We get caught up in external expectations, societal pressures, and the constant demands of work and relationships. But when we take the time to reflect, we gain the opportunity to reconnect with our core values, the things that are truly important to us. Reflection gives us the chance to ask ourselves questions like, am I living in alignment with my values? Or what do I truly want from my life? By reflecting on these questions, we can begin to make choices that are more aligned with who we really are, rather than simply reacting to external circumstances or following the expectations of others. In addition to gaining clarity on our values, self-reflection helps us to identify areas of growth. We all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. But it's easy to overlook our weaknesses if we're not taking the time to reflect. When we pause and honestly assess ourselves, we are able to identify patterns or behaviors that are holding us back. Perhaps there are areas where we need to develop new skills or habits. Maybe we've allowed fear or self-doubt to dictate our actions. By reflecting on these areas, we create an opportunity for growth. Self-reflection gives us the awareness we need to take proactive steps to improve, whether that means learning something new, seeking support, or changing how we think about ourselves. Moreover, self-reflection helps us learn from our mistakes and successes. Each experience we go through, whether positive or negative, carries valuable lessons. Yet if we don't reflect on those experiences, we risk repeating the same mistakes or failing to fully appreciate what went right. When we take the time to reflect, we can better understand what worked and what didn't. We can ask ourselves, what lessons can I learn from this situation? How did I contribute to the outcome? Or, what would I do differently next time? These questions lead to deeper self-awareness and help us improve our future decisions and actions. Beyond understanding our actions, self-reflection also deepens our understanding of our emotions. We often react to situations based on our emotional state, but if we are not aware of the emotions driving our reactions, we may find ourselves making decisions we later regret. Self-reflection allows us to examine the emotions behind our responses and gain a clearer picture of why we feel the way we do. This awareness can lead to emotional intelligence, which empowers us to manage our emotions more effectively, respond with greater empathy, and make more thoughtful decisions. Another key benefit of self-reflection is that it fosters personal accountability. When we reflect on our actions, we take ownership of them. Instead of blaming external circumstances or other people for the results in our lives, we recognize our role in shaping those outcomes. This sense of responsibility empowers us to take control of our future. It shifts our mindset from one of victimhood to one of empowerment. With accountability comes the ability to make changes, take deliberate action, and create the future we want. Self-reflection also plays a crucial role in helping us align our actions with our long-term goals. In the busyness of life, It's easy to get sidetracked, to focus on short-term gains or distractions rather than staying true to our larger vision. Regular reflection ensures that we don't lose sight of our goals. It acts as a checkpoint, allowing us to assess whether we are moving in the right direction or need to course correct. By taking time to reflect on our progress, we can ensure that our day-to-day actions are moving us closer to our desired future. Self-reflection cultivates a sense of gratitude. It encourages us to pause and acknowledge the progress we've made, the things we've learned, and the people who've helped us along the way. By reflecting on the positive aspects of our lives, we shift our focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. Gratitude has a profound impact on our well-being, increasing feelings of joy, contentment, and fulfillment. Self-reflection is not just about identifying areas for growth, it's also about recognizing our achievements and celebrating them. Too often we focus on what we haven't accomplished yet, and we forget to take stock of how far we've come. Self-reflection offers the opportunity to acknowledge the milestones we've reached and the progress we've made, even if it's incremental. Celebrating our successes, no matter how small, reinforces a positive mindset and motivates us to continue on our journey. In the process of self-reflection, it's also important to make space for self-compassion. We are often our harshest critics, quick to judge ourselves for mistakes or perceived shortcomings. But self-reflection should not be an exercise in self-punishment. Instead, it should be an opportunity to be kind to ourselves, to understand that we are all works in progress. Self-discovery shouldn't be a limitation. It shouldn't be dysfunction. Embracing self-compassion allows us to approach reflection with a spirit of understanding, patience, and encouragement rather than self-criticism. Self-reflection is not something that should be reserved for rare moments of crisis or uncertainty. It should be a regular practice in our lives, a tool we use to check in with ourselves, to understand our thoughts and feelings, and to ensure that we are living with intention and purpose. It can be as simple as taking a few quiet moments each day to journal, meditate, or simply think about our actions and emotions. In doing so, we gain the clarity needed to live more consciously and meaningfully. Self-reflection is a process of self-awareness and self-growth. It allows us to become better versions of ourselves, to make wiser decisions, and to live more authentically. It is through self-reflection that we can better understand our true desires, our potential, and our purpose. When we commit to this practice, we create the space for continual evolution and transformation, shaping our lives with intention and mindfulness. By reflecting on ourselves, we give ourselves the gift of growth, and with growth, we unlock the fullest version of who we are meant to be. You are not defined by your past. This statement holds within it a powerful truth that can liberate us from the constraints of our history. Too often, we allow our past experiences, whether they are mistakes, failures, regrets, or even past successes, to shape our present reality and influence our future. We allow ourselves to be confined by what has already happened, forgetting that our past does not determine who we are or who we can become. The truth is, our past is simply a chapter in the book of our lives, but it is not the whole story. The person you are today and the person you can become tomorrow are not limited by the events that have already occurred. Our past is filled with experiences, some good, some bad, but none of them define our worth or our potential. It's easy to fall into the trap of identifying ourselves solely by what we've done or what has been done to us. We might say, I failed at that relationship, or I made a mistake at work, or I didn't live up to my own expectations. But when we define ourselves by these moments, we forget the full breadth of who we are. We forget that we are constantly evolving, that we are not static beings. Every day presents an opportunity for a new choice, a new direction, and a new version of ourselves. It is important to understand that the past is not a reflection of our true identity. It is simply a collection of experiences that we have lived through. Our mistakes or failures do not define us. They teach us. And it is through these lessons that we grow. You are not defined by the setbacks or challenges you faced. What defines you is how you respond to them, what you learn from them, and the strength you gather along the way. But it is the courage to move forward. The power of this realization lies in our ability to rewrite our story. The moment we understand that we are not bound by our past, we open up the possibility to reimagine our future. If we allow our past to define us, we are essentially choosing to live in the shadows of what has already been. But if we let go of the past's grip, we can step into the light of the present and future. Your potential is never locked in the past. It lies in the choices you make right now and the person you choose to become in the future. Sometimes we may carry the weight of our past decisions, mistakes, and regrets. We may feel as though we are unworthy of a fresh start or that we've already made too many missteps. But this belief is rooted in the misconception that our past has the final say in who we are. In reality, we can choose to change our narrative at any time. Your past is only one part of your story, and it's never too late to shift the plot. The key is to embrace the idea that you have the power to redefine yourself, no matter where you've been or what you've done. Forgiveness plays a central role in this process. The first step in moving beyond your past is forgiving yourself for any mistakes or regrets that you may be carrying. Holding on to guilt or shame only serves to anchor you to a version of yourself that no longer serves you. Forgiveness is not about excusing past mistakes. It's about releasing yourself from the burden of those mistakes so that you can move forward. When you forgive yourself, you create the space for growth, healing, and transformation. You allow yourself to embrace the person you are becoming rather than being tethered to who you once were. Another important aspect of not being defined by your past is understanding that our past does not dictate our worth. Often we base our self-worth on past achievements or failures. We might think, if I didn't succeed in that job or that relationship, I must not be good enough. But the truth is, your worth is inherent and constant. It is not tied to what you have or have not done. You are valuable not because of your past successes or failures, but simply because you exist. You are worthy of love, success, and happiness regardless of what your past may look like. The key is to recognize and embrace this inherent worth and stop measuring your value by past events. Additionally, your past does not determine your potential. Your potential is limitless, shaped by your choices and actions moving forward. It's not about what you didn't accomplish before, but your potential is limitless. Shaped by your past, does not confined by what you did before. The moment you decide to let go of the past and focus on the present, you open the door to endless possibilities. Every new day is a chance to evolve, to try again, and to step closer to the person you are always meant to be. The key to not being defined by your past lies in your ability to reframe your experiences. Instead of seeing your past through the lens of regret, blame, or limitation, try to see it as a series of valuable lessons. Every mistake, every challenge, every heartbreak, though painful in the moment, has something to teach you. When you view your past from this perspective, you transform it from something that holds you back into something that propels you forward. It's not about erasing the past. It's about choosing to learn from it and using it to fuel your growth. One of the most empowering things you can do is to release the need for approval from others based on your past. We live in a society that often judges people by their history, by what they've done or not done. But the truth is, other people's opinions about your past do not define your worth or your future. Only you have the authority to decide who you are and what you are capable of. It's liberating to let go of the judgments of others and focus solely on your own vision for your life. Your past does not belong to anyone else. It belongs to you. And you get to decide how it influences your future. As you move forward, remember that you are not who you were yesterday. You are who you choose to be today and who you decide to become tomorrow. Your potential is not tied to the past. It is found in the present moment, in the decisions you make right now. The journey ahead of you is not a continuation of your past, but an opportunity for reinvention, growth, and transformation. It's a chance to redefine who you are and what you stand for, regardless of the mistakes or triumphs of yesterday. You are not defined by your past, and it is not the final word in your life story. The most beautiful chapters are still waiting to be written, and the power to create your future lies within your hands. The past has shaped you, but it does not control you. The only thing that can define you is the person you choose to be from this moment onward. So, release the weight of your past. Let go of the limiting beliefs and narratives that no longer serve you. Embrace the freedom that comes with knowing that who you are today and who you will become tomorrow is far greater than the sum of your past experiences. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by the truth. Consistency is key. These three words hold a simple yet profound truth that has the power to change the trajectory of our lives. In a world where instant gratification and quick results are often celebrated, consistency is the quiet, unwavering force that leads to long-term success and meaningful growth. It is the act of showing up day after day, even when motivation fades, even when the path seems unclear, and even when the past seems unclear, and even when the past seems unclear, and even when the path seems unclear. Consistency is not about perfection. It is about persistence. It is the habit of staying committed to your goals, making small but steady efforts that accumulate over time, and trusting that every step you take brings you closer to your desired outcome. The value of consistency lies in its ability to compound. Small actions repeated consistently lead to significant change. Imagine a person who commits to working out for just 20 minutes each day. At first, those 20 minutes might seem insignificant, but over time, the cumulative effect of this daily effort will lead to improved health, increased strength, and a greater sense of well-being. In the same way, consistency in any area of life, whether it's in personal growth, relationships, or career, adds up. The key is to keep going even when the immediate results are not visible. It's easy to give up after a few attempts when the rewards aren't instant. But true success requires us to stay committed, knowing that every effort, no matter how small, is taking us in the right direction. Consistency also builds discipline. It's one thing to start something. It's another to stay with it. The difference between success and failure often isn't talent, intelligence, or luck. It's the ability to keep going when the excitement wears off, when obstacles arise, and when the initial energy fades. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments, and consistency is the practice that strengthens it. By committing to a routine, a process, or a set of actions consistently, we develop the ability to push through discomfort, to delay gratification, and to persevere when challenges arise. It's through this process that we become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling whatever life throws our way. In addition to discipline, consistency cultivates momentum. Momentum is a powerful force. It's the energy that propels us forward even when we feel tired or uninspired. When we consistently show up, we create a flow that builds on itself. Every small effort adds to the momentum, and as we continue, it becomes easier to keep going. Think of a snowball rolling down a hill. As it rolls, it picks up speed and gathers more snow. Similarly, when we stay consistent in our actions, we gain confidence, build momentum, and eventually start seeing results that feel almost effortless. The more we commit to consistent actions, the more momentum we create, making the process of achieving our goals feel smoother and more natural. One of the greatest challenges to consistency is the temptation to seek instant results. We live in a world that promotes quick fixes and fast outcomes. Social media, advertising, and even certain industries encourage the idea that success should happen quickly and effortlessly. But the reality is that lasting success rarely comes overnight. It is the result of sustained effort over time. We must remind ourselves that consistency is a quiet, long-term commitment that requires patience. When we focus on the process rather than the outcome, we free ourselves from the pressure of needing immediate results. We learn to trust that our consistent actions will eventually bear fruit, even if the rewards are not immediate. Inconsistent action, on the other hand, leads to frustration and stagnation. When we start and stop, we disrupt our progress and waste time and energy. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new idea or goal, only to lose interest or motivation when the initial thrill fades. Inconsistent effort leads to false starts and missed opportunities. Imagine trying to learn a new skill or develop a habit, but only practicing sporadically. The progress will be slow, if any. Consistency, however, turns our efforts into a routine, turning our goals into a process rather than a distant dream. Over time, the results are inevitable. Whether it's a personal goal, a professional project, or a habit you wish to cultivate, consistency is the glue that holds everything together and turns fleeting motivation into real, lasting progress. Consistency also fosters a sense of trust in ourselves. When we show up day after day, we prove to ourselves that we can rely on our own commitment and discipline. Each time we make the choice to follow through, we strengthen our belief in our ability to succeed. We reinforce the idea that we are capable of achieving whatever we set our minds to, as long as we remain consistent in our actions. This self-trust is crucial for building confidence and resilience. It allows us to face challenges with a mindset of determination, knowing that we've already proven to ourselves that we can keep going even when things get tough. Beyond personal growth, consistency has the power to build trust with others. Whether in relationships, in business, or in any other area of life, people are more likely to trust us and depend on us when we demonstrate consistency in our actions. Consistent behavior builds reliability. If we show up for others, if we follow through on our promises, this trust can open doors, create opportunities, and foster stronger, more meaningful connections. The same way that consistency builds trust within ourselves, it also builds trust with those around us.